Paris, the city of lights, city of love, and a city that I've been lucky enough to have visited many times over the past 7 years. My last visit was in January when I took a trip with a few close friends to celebrate my 28th birthday. My main goals for this trip were to have lots of good food, including pastries, of course, and wine, and just enjoy some time away from work and with friends. I also made sure to do some things that I haven't had a chance to do during all the other times I visited. For example, we visited the Catacombs, which I've always wanted to do. Honestly, I was pretty creeped out as we walked through the underground tunnels and, looked at thousands and thousands of skulls and human bones, but it was really interesting to learn about this unique part of Paris and its history. And the best part was that when we finished our tour and emerged from underground, we discovered that it was snowing. Another thing I've always wanted to do in Paris was watch a show at the Moulin Rouge. I love the movie Moulin Rouge, which really doesn't have anything to do with the actual live show, but I just thought it would be cool to go. It's a little on the pricey side, but again, it's part of Paris's history and I appreciate it. I also love going to concerts when I travel because it's something that mostly locals will go to, and it's also something that you can only really experience once. We decided to go to a Snow Patrol concert, and despite only knowing one song of theirs, it was really fun. It was one of the chillest shows I've been to, and I even heard a couple new songs to add to my playlist, so no regrets about going to that. One of my favorite parts of the trip was the cooking class that we took. We chose one where we cooked a classic 3-course French meal, and our instructor, Frederic, was super funny and friendly.
Now the chef is going to taste.
But also informative, so we not only got to cook a really good meal and eat it, of course, but we also learned a lot and had a great conversation about food and culture. Because we were staying in Paris for about 9 days, I knew that I wanted to take a day trip somewhere. One of the day trips we did was to the Loire Valley in France, where they have a lot of vineyards and wineries. I did a whole vlog on that, so I'll link that in the description box if you want to see. Another trip that we did was a one-night trip to Mont Saint-Michel. Now, the drive from Paris to Mont Saint-Michel is about 4 hours. What we didn't really account for was how dark the highways of France would be. So being in that rental car for 4 hours in the dark, speeding along the highway was one of the most stressful experiences of my life, but we made it, and I'm so glad we did because the Isle and the Abbey are so beautiful, and because we went during winter, which is not peak season, it felt like we had the whole place to ourselves. We saved the best for last, so on our final night together in Paris, we went to the Eiffel Tower to watch it light up.
It's raining, it's pouring, the old man is snoring, but the Eiffel Tower is beautiful! 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year! Happy New Year! I just wanted to say I love you and I'm so glad that you came. And
now that it's been a couple of months since this trip and I've had time to reflect on it, I'm just so thankful to have friends who love life, and I'm grateful for being able to share such a special trip like this with them. I know there are tons of people who don't get a chance to do something like this in their lifetime, let alone at 28 years old, so I'm going to cherish these memories forever. And hopefully I'll be back in Paris again someday, but until then, au revoir!